everybody, Dave Sullivan here for the Credit Guy TV. I want to give you an update on the removal of an IRS tax lien from your credit report. I've had a lot of views on those videos and they've been very helpful to people, and those people are reaching back to me now and telling me their stories of success. You can watch Michael right here on how he removed his IRS tax lien in 30 days or less. But I had somebody touch base with me who had an IRS tax lien above the maximum. Now, originally when this program was set up, the maximum was $30,000. Now, there's talk of moving it to $50,000 in order to participate in the Fresh Start program, which is what the IRS calls this program. But what she told me was she negotiated her debt down from above that level to the level that was acceptable for this program, and then she went through that process to remove it from her credit report. It was very successful. So what she did to negotiate the debt down, there are two forms that you need from the IRS, 656 and 433A are the two forms that you need. I'll look those up later and put links down below. But those are the two forms you need. And then I had another gentleman reach out to me about how he actually removed an IRS tax lien from his credit report before he even paid it off. You are required to set up automatic payment plans with the IRS, but once you do that and you make a few payments, they will remove it from your credit report like it was never there. I apologize for the video on this. It's not very good, so I'm going to take just a few select quotes out of that video. I'll post them here, and then we'll wrap that up. Talk about an IRS tax lien. It's really the number one thing that people are finding my website for, and Scott was able to do something that we really haven't interviewed anybody who was able to do this yet. So Scott, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks for having me.
Scott, you had an IRS tax lien and you had wanted to get that removed from your credit report. Why don't you go ahead and describe what you did and how it worked out for you?
Well, like a lot of small business owners, we ran into some trouble some years back. One of those were some IRS tax, unpaid tax liabilities that turned into tax liens. And we obviously had gotten to a situation where we were being forced to deal with that, but which we did a direct payment installment agreement with the IRS, but we weren't using credit for very much. We really had paid cash the last few years for everything we'd done, small business and personal. So I really wasn't looking at my credit report. I really wasn't focused on that. I was really focused on the squeaky wheel gets the oil, and that happened to be the IRS. But when I started looking at my credit report and we started talking about ways that we were going to improve it in case we want to do a business loan later, I realized that those IRS tax liens were going to be a huge problem. From talking with my lenders, even though my cash flow was good, being in small business, we have to personally guarantee most of our business loans, which can be an issue. And so my personal credit score was an issue, and the tax liens were an issue. And I started researching ways that I might be able to remedy that, or I think just through a web search, I found your site, started looking at your videos, started reading your material, started watching your YouTube videos, and you gave me a little insight as to there might be a way to have those tax liens removed. And I think you had an example of someone who'd had them removed. Mike, I think you said maybe his name was, after he had paid them off. But what we really needed was to have them removed before we paid them off. And even though we were in a direct debit installment agreement with the IRS, we thought it would be worth a shot. For the certified mail, $6.75 it cost us to mail the letter and print out the paper and submit the forms. If I was going to do it right, if I did it wrong, I was going to do it again. But we had to submit those forms to our regional IRS advisory group office, which those they have different regions. Ours happen to be New Orleans.
Okay.
And I think that's pretty available. If you just do a search for regional lien office, IRS lien office, you can come up with a phone number. And I think I tried to call them, but I got like a voicemail that nobody answered. And so we were going to do all this certified mail, signature required, return receipt requested, all that anyway. So we didn't leave a message. We just we actually I think I had sent you, and I don't know if I could share the screen, but I think our form.
I'll pull it up.
I can show that.
No, I'll pull it up and I'll lay it over the video.
Okay. Well, I think our form was 122.
77. Yep, 122.77. That's the form.
That was the form to request withdrawal of the federal tax lien 668Y, I believe, which
Yep.
is the form that the IRS local agent would go to your county and file on record, on public record, that they have a lien against you and your property. And so we filed that form. I don't know if our wording was. I think I took some information you had. We added something to it. We may have found something somewhere else. Basically, the documents you have, and you feel free to share those with people if it helps.
Thank you.
As far as the exact wording that we used and how we set it up. The form was a little bit confusing though, because it gave several options. I'm sure you can go over this when you list the document, but and I don't have it right in front of me because it's on my screen. I've got it pulled up as a PDF.
Yeah, you've checked pretty much all the boxes.
Yeah, except for the first one, which I didn't feel like was relevant.
No,
and I wasn't sure the second one was relevant, but I couldn't check the second one without checking the one that was
prior to.
Yeah, so I checked all those, and I felt like they were all applicable, maybe because we were in a direct installment agreement.
Right.
We felt like it would allow us to pay our lien if we could get a business loan completed, and also the last one, which was it was in the best interest of the taxpayer and the government, which definitely was the case. And so it seems like to me they gave you a lot of leeway in requesting that, because maybe if you only checked the last one and you met their minimum requirements, they would release it. So.
Yeah, that's the one that I usually tell people to check, is that last one. But I mean, if all three apply, why not check them? I mean, it's not going to hurt anything.
I just let them make the decision, right?
I like the way you worded the letter. I'll share that as well, if that's okay with you. I think it's very well written and short, brief, to the point. That's exactly what they're looking for. But you mentioned earlier how you found the office in your area. And I get a lot of people asking me about how do I find the office that I need to mail this to. And you just said you did a Google search?
I did a Google search, and and I've got the document, and I can forward that to you. It has all the original offices.
Right.
If you want to include it, I don't think I included it in there.
Well, I'm worried.
I've got it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about providing something like that is if they change later, you know. So I would just tell people to Google what you said earlier to find the office. That would probably be the best way to do it. Now, you said something else. You said you set up for the automatic payment plan, correct?
That's right.
Okay, so you set up for the automatic payment plan, and usually they make you wait until 3 payments have been made before they'll remove it. Now that
from reading their information on the IRS website, that's what they said. You know, you have to have a minimum of three payments with no problems in your direct debit installment agreement.
And you were able to get it removed prior to that.
Well, I didn't realize that was the case, and I submitted it after we'd only made 2.
Okay.
And the following one we made our 3rd, and they had already released it before we made the 3rd.
Okay.
So obviously they have some leeway. Whoever the contact person is, or whoever the decision-making person is in that area, obviously they give them some leeway. Otherwise, they would have sent us a letter back saying we can't do that until you make your 3rd payment, which is our.
Sure. Or they may have held it until the 3rd payment came in. I think both are as likely to happen.
No, they processed it before we even made the 3rd payment. We got the letter back. Yeah, and they may have anticipated and hopefully that we were going to follow through with what we had planned. We had promised, like we had been, but.
Well, you're the first person really to contact me that's been able to get this through. Now, there are some other requirements in order to accept this. There's it has to be below $25,000 total debt, correct?
That's my understanding from looking at their requirements on their IRS website.
And then you set up the automatic payments, and then you can fill out the forms just like you did and send them in, and then it will come right off the report. This is really the only situation in credit reporting where it will come off the report prior to you actually paying the debt in full. So I'm glad you took advantage of it. I think it really, I'm sure it made a difference in your credit score. Do you have any idea?
Well, it has. We're working on some other issues that I think are affecting our total score. But yeah, our score went up. My score went up. See, my wife also, since we filed jointly, was affected by the same tax liens. They had tagged us. Actually, I didn't get just one tax lien removed. Let me clarify. I got 3
Wow.
tax liens removed at one time. So it wasn't just one. It was actually 3 different numbered liens using the same form, same language, same letter. We mailed those all. I want to say we mailed those separately, individually, so they wouldn't see them all together.
Okay.
So if it were a different person actually getting those, for good or bad, I wasn't sure that was the best way to do it, but that's what we done.
Right. Well, I mean, I think that makes sense. I mean, there's no downside. I mean, if it is one guy, so you got them all together, then if it's not, then it might have helped. But
I believe it was one person that actually received them all in the end in the office.
Now,
So-
how long did this process take you? Since you started you set up the payments, you mailed in the letter. How long did it take you to actually get it removed off your report? How long were you waiting?
We set up payments last year, which is 2014, like September. They told us they were going to debit in November, but actually they didn't debit until January. So they were a little bit slow, IRS, believe it or not. You think that would be the last thing to get slow about.
Yeah.
We kept expecting the payments to come out, and we're like, maybe there's a problem. Maybe we should call them. And we did, and they go, no, it's going to come out. We're just a little delayed in processing.
Okay.
And so we started January and February, so we've made 2 payments. So I think my letter was dated February 19th, and by February 20th or so, I'm going to have to remember to look at the documents there. By the 27th, TransUnion and Equifax had deleted those by the 27th of March.
Wow.
And that's February 19th.
Yeah. So we're looking at just barely over a month.
4.5 weeks.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, that's as good as a response as you're going to get on anything on a credit report. So I think that people who are in this situation can really benefit from it. And, you and Michael and other people have really, I appreciate you guys sharing this the way you have, because I know it's helping other people. Like I said, it's the number one thing that people come to my website and view. And I'm just so glad that I was able to help people. If you were going to give some advice to somebody in your situation prior to going into this, what advice would you give them? Would you give them any advice, or other than what we've talked about?
As far as developing a plan with the IRS, or just trying to do this whole tax lien removal process?
The whole process.
We probably would have bargained harder for a better, longer term deal with the IRS. To be honest with you, they kind of crunched us, and we felt like we didn't have any options. But I thinking back, I probably would have bartered for a little better, negotiated for a little longer term deal.
Okay.
Because they only gave us a 12-month deal, which we make substantial payments on, and to get them taken care of and get them happy.
Right.
I guess I would have tried it sooner. If I guess I would have got the direct debit installment agreement set up sooner.
Okay.
Knowing that I could do that and start making payments, so I could go through the process of having them removed sooner, and I'd be that much closer to credit rehab. So if I needed to do something as far as business loans, I probably would have been 6 months ahead of the game.
Sure.
If I'd have known that was possible.
Okay. So start earlier, really.
Start earlier, knowing what the possibilities are and the opportunities to have them removed. We just felt like there were no opportunity at all to.
Yeah, well, you know what? The IRS has not done a great job sharing this information. They, for whatever reason, I think I've seen one little blurb from the IRS about it, and that's really been it. So it's really been up to people like you who want to share their story about how they went through it. Now, as far as the rest of your credit report goes, I don't know if you know this or not, but I did set up a free 6 steps to better credit score on my website. So it doesn't cost anything, and it kind of addresses the other 6 things you can do in order to get your score back in shape. But I'm glad it helped you so much in your credit score already. It really is kind of a foundation thing to pull that out. Now you're kind of, your score is much lighter, so it goes up a lot faster once you pull that off.
And even
Well, I hope that helps. So we've helped a lot of people with this program. Removing that right off your credit report is a big win for people who are able to get it done. Massive improvement in your credit score normally, although everybody's credit score is different. Usually it helps quite a bit. So any other questions, or if you want to watch other videos, they're down linked down below. So you, with a little bit of me, we're going to change the credit industry. Thank you.
Go forward, two! Two more! All forward! Keep going! Back it up, back it up, back it up,